I titled this off the tongue. I made a relevant move and wrote about things I saw on social media, and it was encompassed with stage shows and deaths. I mimicked the moment by wanting to give my own stage show and performed a few albums in the processes of years. But I was always gonna repurpose it and see when somebody had came to the obvious point of saying that they wanted an artist, but the artist was never anything but a branded independent. Hell, so I decided if I pulled my favorite movie, the Aladdin at the Hat, and said what was my three favorite wishes, but I couldn't say a girl, what would they be? And I said hobby, habit, and talent formed. But since I was by myself and there was no real genie, my phone was on the only recorder saying one real material, one real chance to give one real fact for as long as you can. And you're only a minute and 21 seconds in. So what you gonna do? So I said, I'ma talk like my name is to being told to big ear 0 to 8 entry man who says, "Oh, I have a thing called a washed face, keychain, and shoelaces hanging out, and they can be tied up. I don't know. I could talk about anything. I just have to inform you. So a habit could have been untying your shoes, but you would look retarded. And a habit could have been smoking, but you would have looked addicted. And a hobby could have been tying your shoes, but you could have been addicted. And a talent could have been playing guitars, but you had to figure out what it was for. So it would be like, I played the guitar, then I had to make the band. I made the band, then I had to have a live show. I had a live show, then I had to figure out how the money was involved. It was a very tricky situation. This list of habits, hobbies, and talents. So as a genie, I put the other stuff to the side. So when I said hi to him, he would say goodbye. But I had to figure out some wholesome talents. I guess when it comes to imagination, I just spark the youth in me and say, dream that when you hear music, you're dribbling a basketball or swimming, and just flow in the fact that you can walk around your own room. That's one. The talent would be the fact that intellect is only gauged by recording the past. So, although you're as far in the future as you can be, being in the present, delve into things that of sorts that you learned and were obscurely considerate about, like your curriculums. That's two. Watch baseball and watch basketball. So to understand that when you have to go use your tool, it's always there to be used. And when you have to step left or step right, it's the motion of a sport that you had did until it was completely gauged as 21 points or more. You should vote. Voting is a good thing, but are you ready to say that you had decided your disclaimer? Sometimes silence is the best vote. So you don't have to vote. You can say some people vote for talents, and other people draw or dance. And there's always an avenue to say that you were seen for drawing, dancing, or voting. You just have to believe unequivocally that you are given the expression that will systematically give you a result. Thus, video, canvas, and election post. You can write mantras to say how you feel about certain things that you want to remember. And you can bring pain by saying the things that you want to forget so you don't look like a robot that's only giving his systematic pleasures. You can say, what was painful about the situation? Like, would you ever want to meet the person that killed your brother? Wouldn't you be scared that he'd say, I'm glad I killed him? Oh. The hobby could be production. You could throw a whole talent show. The hobby could be uh, repurposing the talent show to make money online. The hobby could be streaming online to show a point of view is only material. And showing the material is only point of view. To say that America believes in media, so why don't you boast, brag, and follow through? You can read the word, read a story that's absurd. You could get a loan on ondeck.com or search the mysterious with breadfinancial.com. You could pay for your favorite artists like if Elvis or Rich Homie Quan was alive. You could pray for Elvis or Rich Homie Quan namesake to be in a material that you agreed with. Since you say you believe in everything can happen if you touch the root with three, you could put three artists on the same palette and put yourself as well, or two of yourself. You could meet a pretty person and tell them you could put them on screen and use video video editing software to give no background as they're in it, and put whatever you want in between. Mainly crowds if you use that segment. You can shower, brush your teeth 3 times a day. You can brush your teeth after every meal, not knowing that the meal would decay your teeth. If you eat 3 times a day, brush your meal 3 times. If you eat 10 times a day, why would you want to eat a pickle and drink some cranberry juice? And be like, brush your teeth after that pickle. You could listen to music to the second floor here on their roof. And you could dream you never did it when you went to sleep. You could find a well and instead of drinking alcohol, you could drink simple water. You could always duck those chasing you by walking into the upholstery of your own environment. You could get a habit of knowing where your pepper spray is at, just in case Goliath is out there. You could write with AI, or entertain a segment of life through scolding. You could demand that people must give you a hug and speak up and tell you what they think of you and what have they done with their day and what they would do with their weekend, what they would do with their yesterday, if they could change anything. You could play Mario Kart and spades. You can play solitary and pinball, pool tables and ping pong, tennis and volleyball, bowling and track. You can even walk around the neighborhood, to be exact. You can buy earbuds and run as you're listening, or use Dre phones and Dre Beats and run around with a cordless headphone. You can run and run and run again to that fat chest that you're hoping turns skinny really does. You can compliment yourself by oiling yourself and saying, there you go. That's all you needed. Was a shower and oil. You could go to the amusement parks, and I know, some people get beheaded on those things, but you can only ride the ones that you think are literally gauged by your eyesight to be appeasable to safety on a grown man level. Because you can ride the ones that aren't tight, that are underneath height restrictions, and feel like a kid that was there every day. You can buy a season pass. You can build up points on the movie theaters ticket at AMC theaters, or build up points on a video game that means nothing on uh, Bitcoin. You can really get enthralled by the game or YouTube and say, if you tell me it's the wrong answer, you tell me it's the right answer, or tell me that the answer was being kept from me. Also, Google Ads don't accept everybody, but what would I say to say that I have seen somebody on Google Ads or on YouTube? You can work for a moving company and really think about the segue of the fact that it's not only about the $10 an hour or $20 an hour you're receiving, but the fact that you are literally helping somebody transition through their life. You be something like a palm bearer, making sure they get to their next resting place. You could be a governmental agent sitting in an office, or a politician that gets his kick out of reading CSI. You could be a lawyer donating money to high school scholarships, or a college dean, making sure that the students feel as though that they have a right to have campus organizations. You can hike to the gas station or hitch a ride from a friend if you get tired and want to get back from the gas station. You can look in the mirror and say they have never seen you with eye boogers 5 days in a row. You can use your Wi-Fi to feel like you're not home, and sweep to feel like you are. You can buy cabinets for your home and put cabinets everywhere and fold the clothes on the cabinets and it look like a shoe store but with your shirts. No, you should be. You could buy a welcome mat for your home so nobody tracks in water. Yeah, and when it rains, you could ask for a picture of Quan to understand the slang. Ask for his picture on a t-shirt for real. And Andrew would say, why would you talk if it's not over a meal? You can say it's just a game, the game given to portray that conversation could be risen. And it is for real, because I knew the information existed to give. You could walk a beach or sit at a pool curbside. You could Uber Eats or call DoorDash to your side to arrive. You can still tell a story about your family, sweet about your mother, and dark about your dad. And switch it up and talk sweet about your dad and dark about your mom. You can spray cologne and eat with your enemies. You could grab a microphone and do karaoke with your frenemies. You can rate your rights or wrongs. So make sure you double check your rights to be correct. As though it was as right as it was long. But it was repeated. This is pretty important as when it was first said. Then you got 15 minutes of game. Blessed to the man that never had their first lad. Like Toby Mac. I mean, you can use your will and use your tools, ride your bike and call them fool, go to hell and work like a mule to save your life because you did it too. You can pick up your pen and sign your lease. Get your grades and never cheat. Watch TV and never get weak. Look at social media and sometimes squeak. You can do anything but say hi to yourself. So just recorder is the past, rewinding the belt to say tomorrow the future will one day have a belch. And I'm saving that with a title to rap. You could greet people in your bedroom with sides from your telephone. Get lost all day long with something like life insurance for a sellathon. You can offer free vacation, just tell them more. You can offer music playlists to just relax. You go on dating sites just to chat. When they're looking for an identity, they could just call you Brad. And when they ask what it is, you can tell them it's a military fad. Because your mother and father were veterans. You could be wild out for 0 to 8. When they turn 16, your eyes turn straight as a Chinese person wondering about cat on their plates. Wondering why to relate is to not debate about this simple fact. You know if it's great. You can quit the drink and pick up pogoing. Quit the drink and pick up and keep up with a think tank that's just luck. You can rhyme without rhythm without rhyme. You can say everything's fine, then simply say why so sublime. Why does it have to be in pattern? You can ask the why does it have to be in rhyme for it to be a rhythm, for it to be a matter. You can think about the pets that you had before you ran away, and you can think about the pets that ran away like one day you had to run away. You could get giddy that you were just sick and wasn't looking at time correctly. You could say I was running away for nothing. Because that love is so madly encapsulating. Well, when doubting it all, you can read the posters on your wall and talk to your ventriloquist dummy card tattoo, because he'll be through there for it all. You could do push-ups, you could do sit-ups, you could do bigger regiments when you get up. You could buy a stepper to see how many times you was repping before you actually said it was lethal. You could gauge a football game's aim as how strong a man truly is. But running that one field for an hour, you did the same thing they did. You can play flag football if you're worried about the hit, baseball if you're worried about the miss, and dodgeball if you're worried about the get. You can prank them and say something like poker is the only thing that you decided to miss. Because you had 21 blackjack on the list. You can play Subway Surfers or Temple Run. End it all day with Mario Kart just for fun. Or maybe Mortal Kombat to say who won. You can stop being boring and really do up your groceries. Walk around this house and say, how can I put some more space into what's more for me? You can take the transformative power of Jesus and say, what's more for me? Or figure out the one thing that got you tired and say, maybe that's the reason why they're ignoring me. And pointing that out until it's rejuvenating your organs be. I ain't trying to force the thing. I'm just trying to let it drink. As much knowledge of a sort that one would need. So what you think? If your hobby was the batting cage, your habit would be a video game, your talent is grocery shopping, the problem is there's nothing more to think. You gotta get legitimate and say you're going to the mall or the Walgreens and some medicine and not a baseball cap. But you can always get the toy from Walmart, G. All you gotta do is get a basketball and say that be with me. When you get lonely, remember this. You can always throw a frisbee in the empty yard. Oh, and one more thing. It lets us ramble for days. And that's try to wash your clothes before the stains get on. Lord, this world is so cold that it done frosted their hearts. Yeah, it done hardened their hearts. Yeah, it done frosted their hearts. Lord, this world is so cold that it done hardened their hearts. Cause honestly, I'm seeing things that got to start the frost. Yeah, it's hard as a rock. Oh dear, it's starting the frost. Cause honestly, I'm seeing things that got to start in the frost. Oh, it's starting the frost. Yeah, it's hard as a rock. Cause honestly, I'm hearing things that got to start in the frost. Yeah, it's hard as a rock. Yeah, it's hard as a rock. This war done bombed Hiroshima and left a whole region of people called Ukraine without their customs and creeds, culture and things. Said, I boot you all out. You're homeless to me. I'm sort of dazed by this phase of slaves. I understand the methods, but I'm concerned about his ways. I know that many brave men died with cries being killed in front of their sons' very eyes. I know they were alive but not alive. It was to look at this paper and that tethered around. I know that children like animals, beating bread, barely fed in the sun so much I'm surprised their brown skin didn't turn red. Yeah, I know a lot, but I don't know enough. All I truly know is that this world is tough. I'm getting tired of these mocks and mills coming from these hypocrites' lips, talking about we're free but still getting beat by the whip. How on kids being crips, and instead of being hung from the neck, we're being hung from the hips. This is not a time to rhyme, but to rise and recognize the lives and embrace the freedoms as slaves of time. If I could be anything, I'd be a tear. Born from your eyes, live at your cheeks, and die at your lips. Being resurrected at each one of your hardships. Feel like I make a tear of my own when I taste that sweet Patron. I only get $1, I only get a dime. That's why I take a dump on the company sign. Money is my motivation. It's a blessing, so I'm always making sure I thank him. Can't see me crying for my mama, I'm a money maker. Can't see me dying, so I'm asking that the Lord to save me. Not 9 to 5, but we also, that's an understatement. We on our grind getting money for 9 to 5. And Joseph for the good lady. You want a nickel down can get it? I spit experience. I spit experience. I spit experience. I am a lyricist. Then I'll be famous. I got a trigger on my left and a book on my right. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Pepper spray or fight, it don't seem right. Young people figure triggers is better than books. They just don't understand the look. They don't understand that many dead men die with crowds being killed in front of their son's very eyes. And they could read the paper now instead of around. You can wave at neighbors and decide to only make a stranger laugh. You could decide to say, right on, I gave a friend my crab. And if you lose it, don't be stupid. Don't hop in that cab. Lucid is when you dream, cause they too tired to rap. So if you're too tired to hawk, if you're tired to talk, do not go out. Cut your nails and oil your feet and beard. Open doors and be the one that say cheers. Don't give unless you give it your all. So 10% lots doesn't happen in Jewish mosques. Split from Abraham and go the other way. Abraham is who? The one that always wanted the kids on the way. And who's Lot? The one that if he turned back, he gotta turn to Christ. Cause he ain't right. He just out of sight.